All right, good morning. Happy Wednesday. We're on that weird schedule today for all your classes. Let's see, a couple of announcements. Lesson P, which are the word problems, are due tonight. And we're going to have an exam, which isn't going to be as comprehensive, not as many problems on Friday. I just teach lesson P9, but before we do that, I want to take some questions on P8. I'm not going to give you the hardest problems in the world. I'm probably not even going to give you over 10. I'm going to see if you get what's going on or not. One announcement, if you're not happy with your grade or you're not happy with something, I just want to talk. I kind of, even though I'm strict and I do want to help get whatever grade you want. So if you don't talk to me, it makes me think you don't care. If you do talk to me, it doesn't hurt. You know, all I can say is yes on things, or I can say no, but it doesn't hurt to talk to me. But you're the one that needs to be responsible, yourself accountable, talking. So I am one of the easiest people to work with. I do care about my students deeply. And like I said, I do want you to get the grade that you want. And so, you know, let's talk about it and see what's going on and have a plan. Okay. All right. So let's start with lesson P8, which are the word problems. Do you guys want to ask questions about P8?
Can you do number 29?
And do you want to ask me any questions about what's going to be on there? Like, you want to ask me if number 50, I did number 56, you guys did number 55. You could just straight out ask me, you know, is a problem like 55 or 56 going to be on there? And I could have a lot of answers. I could have, I'm not you. I could straight out tell you, no, don't worry about that. It's not going to be on. You see what I'm saying? So it doesn't hurt to ask me about things. Okay, what was that you wanted me to do?
Number 29?
29? Okay. So number 29, they give you a picture. And it looks like it has a frame around. So it says a rectangular painting, and the figure shows 12 by 16. So that's just the itself. So the painting is 12 by 16 inches. Okay, the rectangular painting in the measures 12 by 16 and is surrounded by a frame of uniform width. That means the same width all the way around the four edges. The perimeter. So right away, when they say perimeter, you know that the perimeter is around a polygon. So they're talking about the distance around. So the perimeter of the rectangle formed by the painting in its frame is 70. So they're straight out. Perimeter is 72 inches. So that's the distance around the painting and the frame. So that's 72 around the painting and the frame. That's around everything. Now remember the perimeter, length plus the width plus the length plus the width. So it's the distance around a polygon. So it says determine the width of the frame. So that's going to be the answer to the question. The width of the frame is what? And so we want, how do we set this? Well, let's see. If X is the width of the frame, because that's the question, right?
Wait, Ms. Birch, where did you get the 72 from?
It's in the problem. It says,
Oh, wait,
it
yeah, I see it.
says-
Never mind. Yes, I'm reading it right now. Sorry.
yeah. So the distance around is 72. Okay, so this is from the question. And so now it's like, okay, well, we have to work with. So can we represent the perimeter using the variable? So once again, can we represent the distance around using the variable? Well, let's think about this. Wouldn't the 12 width of the frame? Down. Okay, anybody have any ideas about what we can put on the left side?
I put down 12 plus 2W because there's two widths and they give us the initial for 12.
That isn't actually the width of the frame. They're talking about the frame. They're talking about this width, this width, this width. Get what I'm saying? This width. So they're talking about the width of the frame, not the length of it. So they're talking about the width of the frame, and you are right. So if we want to represent this whole side, we need the perimeter, right? So we do need the length. But the question is, how do we represent the length? This length right here. How do we represent, the width? How do we represent that 12? Well, wouldn't it be 12 width plus that width would be plus x, which is what he just said, 12 plus 2x. So that would be the width of the outside. And if we take 16 plus x, length right here, x 16 plus x, we length of the outside. So even though we're trying to find the width of the frame, we're going to use x. We're the frame, but we're using the perimeter to find x. So now the perimeter would be, there's two widths, so 2 times 2x plus 12, and 2 length would be 2 times 2x plus 16. Okay, did you follow that? So there's 2 widths, 2 lengths, and I just added the x's here. 1 is 2x, and plus 1 is 2x. So what happens is you get x plus 24, make sure you distribute, plus 4x plus 32 equals 72. So even though we use perimeter information, we're going to solve for x and find the width of the frame. So we combine like terms. 4x plus 4x is 8x, and 32 plus 24 is what, 56?
Ms. Birch, can you move it a little, please?
So we can divide by 2 right now, or we could just subtract 56. So subtract 56 would be 8x is equal to, what is that, 16? Divide by 8, x is equal to 2. So the width of the frame would be 2 inches. So it's a little confusing, but let's just go through it. The perimeter around the whole thing is 72 inches. So when we write an equation, we have 72. We want to represent the perimeter in terms of x over here. So what we want to do in order to represent the perimeter in terms of x is we want to find the length and width of the outside. So check this out. Let me get a couple. So this length right here is 12. And this length would be x. And this length would be x. So that's where I'm getting 12 plus x. As far as the length goes, this length right there would be 16, but we have to add x plus x, right? So after I set up these expressions, what I'm doing is I'm using these two to represent the perimeter, but when I'm all done, I'm solving for x, which is the width of the frame. Now, I probably will not give you anything this complicated, but that's how you do it. Okay, I don't know who asked me for this. Does that make sense or no?
Yeah, it does.
Okay, any other questions? Can I erase this?
Could you do number 13?
Yeah. So I straight out said, don't worry about 29. So make sure you make a note of that. When you do the globes, do not worry about 29 when you're studying. So you want to pay attention to what I'm saying, because if I tell you don't worry about it, what does that mean? When I tell you don't worry about it.
That it's not on the test.
Exactly. If I tell you not to worry about it, I'm not lying to you. I mean it, I'm straight out telling you it's not on the test, right? Okay, now what was that number? I missed it. 13?
19.
19.
Yeah.
No, it's not your fault. You're cutting out. I would worry about this one. Okay. I did a bunch of problems around this. I did 16, 18, and 20. I would worry about this problem. Okay. So make sure you know how to do this problem. So it says the selling price of a refrigerator. So the refrigerator, and I'm just going to write down some information here. The refrigerator is $584. So that's the cost, right? The cost of the fridge. So it says the selling price of a refrigerator is $584. If the markup is 25%, so the markup means that they're adding 25% of the cost so that they can make money on you. So it says if the markup is 25% of the dealer cost, what is the dealer cost of the calculator? So we want the dealer cost of the calculator. So you understand that the dealer, he spends he spends the cheapest on the calculator. So whatever he pays for the calculator is the best cost. So what happens is you're paying $584. So the question is, what did the dealer pay for it? Because don't you want to know what the dealer paid for it? Like, don't you want to know how much he's charging you? So he's not going to give you his cost, because if he gives you his cost, he's not making any money. All right, so how do we do this problem? So we want to know the dealer's cost, given this information. So we're going to let C be the dealer's cost. So remember, you're always, most of the time, letting the variable be whatever the question is. So you paid $5.84 for the fridge. How do you represent it over here? Go ahead. What made up that $5.84? Well, what the dealer paid for it, right? And then what did he do to you? He's but
He added 8% of tax.
wait a minute. The markup was
Oh, whoops.
25. Where did you get 8 from?
No, I was looking at a different problem. Sorry, my bad.
That's okay.
It
That's
was
okay.
it was 25%.
So be 2.25C. So what I'm asking is, would this represent 584? Because if it is, all we have to do is find C and we're done. Yes? No?
Yes.
Yes. So you paid, I'm sorry, the dealer cost was C. So the dealer paid something, and then he made a markup on you, right, to earn money? So we said the dealer's cost was C, and the markup would be 0.25 times his cost is 584. So remember when I taught this, I said it might be easier to write like a math English statement. So it might help to, this might make more sense if you write this, that the dealer plus a markup. So now we're going to solve for C. And remember, this is the 1. So when you add decimals, you have to line up the decimals. Right? So this would be 1.00 plus 0.25 is 1.25. And since we're talking about money, we want to use the calculator. So I'm not this decimal. You're going to just use the calculator. So do me, put in 584 divided by 1.25 and tell me what you get.
467.2.
Keep going. Is that the whole thing?
Yeah.
So it was exact then?
Mm-hmm.
So guess what? $467.20. So he paid $467.20. He's making you pay $584. So what's the difference? Somebody on your calculator take 584 minus 467. Let's see how much this guy's charging you. $580 minus 467.20.
And 16.8.
Say it again.
116.8.
Yeah, he's charging over $100 more. How do you like that? I don't. So I don't care if he makes some money on me, but I don't want him making over $100. So you think that this is a good deal, but you find out, hey, he paid $467.20 and he had a 25% markup and charged you $584. That's a ripoff. Okay, do you guys get this idea though? Maybe we better do another one to make sure you get this idea because this will be on there. Any questions about any of these steps? All right, you want to try another one?
Yes, please.
Okay, which one in that vicinity? Like I said, I did 16, 18, and 19, and we just did 20, 19. Do you want to do 17?
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? Let's have you go into the Math Wizard teams. Okay, you're going to do, I don't care if you did it or not, together. And you're going to try to help everybody understand. You're going to do problem number 17 in your notes. Okay, right now it's not. So I'll give you till 10 o'clock to report back. All right? All right, so let me say again, you're going to do number 17. And number 17 has to do with sales tax. Tax. So I'll see you back here at 10 o'clock. Okay, I'll see you back here at 10.
We're growing in our group.
Math Wizard teams are doing number 17. I'll see you back at 10. All right, hi guys. Hello, are you there?
Yeah.
Okay. So this problem is including 5% sales tax and in charges $162 per night. And what's the question? It says, find the inn's nightly cost. It says find the inn's nightly cost before the tax. So we want to know before the tax, what's going on here? So let's read it again. So it says including 8% tax. Now remember, when you change percent to a decimal, you have to move it twice. So that is not 0.8. That's 0.08, right? Because percent means per 100. So this represents 800s and this also represents 800. So remember that percent means per 100.
So Miss Birch, oh wait, never mind. What? I was gonna ask you a question though.
Okay, hold on.
Okay.
Including 8% sales tax and in charges $162 per night. Find the inn's nightly cost before the tax. So they're saying that the inn charges $162. So what does this 162 mean? It means the cost of the room and the tax, right? Yes or no? Hello?
Yes.
If the inn's charging 162, doesn't that mean the cost and the tax?
Yeah.
Okay, so the cost is, we don't know. So we're gonna let C be the cost before the tax. So 162 would be the cost plus the tax, wouldn't it? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah.
So wouldn't this be 1.08 C equals 162? And now we're going to be able to use a calculator because this has to do with money.
I was about to ask you about that. Like it would equal 1.08 C. I was about to ask you, but yeah, for sure I got that right.
Okay.
I was using X, but I shouldn't use that.
You can use X. We're just being more descriptive. We're
Yeah.
just being more descriptive using C, but you can use X.
And before you answer that, I got 150.
Yeah, that's right. Good job.
Okay.
That is right. And so basically, the cost of the N was 150. But this guy is charging you 162. That's not bad. That's only like what, $12? So it's just $12 tax. That's not bad. That's better than over 100. So the cost before the tax was 150, right? And this is how we set it up with the cost plus the tax so we can find C. Okay, can you guys unmute yourself and tell me, yes, you understand this, or no, we're completely lost?
No, I understand it.
Okay. Okay, can we go on then? Or do you guys have any other questions? Any other questions?
Can you do number 53?
Yeah, I would make sure you know how to do this. Because remember, I did problems 52, 54, and 56. I wouldn't worry about 54 and 56, but 52, let's see. Yeah, no, you want to worry about 51. Don't worry about 53. Okay, so I'm not going to do 53 because I don't want you to worry about it. If you want me to do it later, I'll be happy to do it, but I'm not going to waste time on that. So if you want me to do 51, I can. But 53, don't worry about that one. Okay, anything else? Last call. Anything else?
Can you do 55?
Yeah, 55, you don't have to worry about 55. So you don't have to worry about 53, 54, 55, 56. You don't have to worry about those. You have to worry about 51 and 52. So
Okay, thank
53,
you.
yeah, 53, 54, 55, 56. Don't worry about those. Worry about 51. All right, last call. Anybody want me to do anything? Last call. All right. Okay, well, this assignment is due tonight, and like I said, I would practice the problems online. Tomorrow you can ask me again if you want to know what kind of problems are going to be on there. But I'm not going to offer any hints unless unless you ask me. All right, so let's go on to P9. Take a look, open your books to 137. And in this lesson, there are 5 objectives and there's 5 sections. And you need to pay attention to the assignment because I didn't assign all the odds. I only assigned a few. Okay? So rather than assigning 92 problems, I only assigned like 30 something, okay? All right, so what I'm gonna do is what I did last time, because I thought we did good last time with this. I'm gonna do a couple problems from each section. I'm gonna work the evens. So on page 137, I'm gonna work problem number 2. Now, in this section, we're looking at linear inequalities, which is greater than or less than, and we're looking at absolute value. Now, let's just review this really quick. Write this down, okay? These are greater than, and when it has a bar, that's greater than or equal to. This is less than or equal to. So that's the one I think that students will remember more than anything else. And so if you get confused about those, remember that. Now, another thing that students get confused about is how you read them. So for example, if your problem looks like this, you read the variable first. So you would read this as x is greater than 5. If it had that, it would be x is greater than or equal to 5. Now, let's say that it was written like this. Well, that symbol with the variable is not less than. So when you put the variable in there, you have to read the variable first. So how this really reads is x is greater than or equal to 5. So some teachers have said, hey, if the arrow's pointing to the left, graph to the left. That's not true. So you have to read the variable first. So if the variable's on the right side, you have to read it as x is greater than or equal to 5. Now, I hope I cleared up some issues right there. So like I said, we're going to do number 2. And number 2 is an interval notation, which looks like this. Now, what this means in interval notation, these parentheses mean open. So it means it can't hit the number. When it's closed, it means you can hit the number. Let me get a pen that works. So these symbols mean it's open. These symbols mean it's closed. If you guys can see that. So basically, when you read this is an interval, and it's saying it's open on -2 up to 4 closed. And what they're going to want you to do is they want you to write this as a set builder notation, and they want you to graph it. So we don't use set builder a lot, but it's a very formal notation. So let me show you it. So set builder has these curly brackets. And it's formal. So it says x such that. So that's how you read it. It's the set of x such that, and you're going to write an inequality. So you put the x in the middle because it's an interval, and you're going to say x is less than or equal to 4, and x is greater than -2. And then you're going to close it with a curly bracket. So do you see how I wrote that? I wrote x such that x, and you're reading it this way, x is less than or equal to 4, and x is greater then -2. Anybody want to ask me about that? So this is called set builder.
Did you put point for it? Oh no, that's sorry. That's just a little smudge.
That's the mark on the board, yeah.
Yeah, my bad.
Yeah, I'm always like that little mark, I keep putting white out on it, but it keeps getting worse and worse. Okay, so then they say graph. So we're gonna graph this on the number line. And you're just gonna make your equal spaces. So this would be -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So check this out. So what this means, it means open on -2 up to 4 closed. And actually in calculus, you're not going to see it written like that. You're going to see it written as a bracket and a parenthesis. Now, I'm not sure how, let's see how the book's going to do it. Yeah, the book, Bernie, can you turn off your mic?
Oh my bad.
So your book is going to do it like this, guys. So just know that this bracket means closed and this open parenthesis means open. Let's do another one. Number 4.
Ms. Birch,
Yeah,
it's already 10:15.
it is?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, you guys. All right. So I'll see you later. Okay, have a good day.
Have a good one.
And I'll continue this tomorrow. All right, have a good day. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys.